Welcome back. With a little unknowing help from Roxanne, we were able to open up a way into each of the rooms, and for Emilio Baza's room, that is through the dumbwaiter. So now we have a reason to climb in here. If I can somehow do that. Yes. Fortunately, the platform is sturdy, which Gabriel already pointed out. There we go. A successful break-in. Let's see what we have here. An ordinary hotel room. Presumably, there will be some stuff to be found.
Looks like Emilio's sleeping in that bed. Emilio doesn't carry much around, does he? He must watch the Travel Channel.
Guess that's his bag.
There's nothing in there.
That's annoying.
I'm not gonna take his entire suitcase.
Not much of a suitcase, it's more a bag.
Looks like Emilio sleep.
I already did that. Let's search the bed.
There's something under the pillow. It's a piece of cloth. It looks really old. Maybe it's some kind of good luck charm. What would I do with a piece of fabric? It obviously means a lot to the guy, or he wouldn't have it under his pillow.
I guess it's
I already searched the bed.
enough to have noticed that. We can't move the pillow back, which is kind of weird. Let's see.
Emilio travels with his own food. Looks vegetarian.
Interesting. Well, that does explain why we haven't seen him in the dining room.
Not right now, thanks. Hotel stationery. Everyone's got it.
Except for our room, for some reason.
Man, is that journal old? It makes the Ritter archives look like yesterday's news. Huh. I wouldn't have taken Emilio for a scholar.
Maybe he just enjoys very old books.
It's written in Aramaic, I think. Can't read a word of it.
That's too bad. And Sydney does not have a translation function for Aramaic, so we can't even use that.
Not even Sydney could translate that. Nothing.
Yeah, books and pieces of cloth are not exactly good targets for searching prints.
Some Egyptian scene.
Yep. What else? So the paintings are nice,
Just looking at that makes me feel lazy.
but have very little to do with our investigations. How about that picture? That doesn't look like it came with the hotel.
Kind of an odd thing for a Muslim to have around.
Picture of Jesus. Yeah, that is an odd thing for a Muslim to have.
I should try to get some prints off this stuff. Stealing something like that would be kind of missing the point, wouldn't it?
Okay, well, we'll just dust it for prints then. Surely there should be some prints on a glass cover of a photo frame.
No prints. Strange. With that glass plate, there should have been prints.
I guess he was extremely careful handling it or something.
This room has 2 beds. Yet Lady Howard and Estelle changed it for a front room.
Interesting.
Nothing in this bed.
Well, that's too bad.
Either that's an impressionist sunset or it's L.A. through the smog.
I'm guessing it's an impressionist sunset.
That's the closet. I didn't expect Emilio to have much, but a few things here and there would have been nice.
Because he has a closet instead of a dresser. Oh, he also has this.
It's a dresser.
See if there's anything in there.
Nothing in here but a change of clothes.
Nothing noteworthy.
Cute enough to make you puke.
Okay. And this must be the bathroom.
That's the door to the bathroom. Looks like the hotel standard issue. Emilio seems like the type that takes a lot of showers.
He does? Okay.
We got some beard trimming scissors, a little shampoo. Nope, nothing revealing in here. Roxanne does a heck of a job, doesn't she?
Especially considering how quickly she did it.
Looks like the hotel's TP and lots of it. Just like the one in our bathroom.
Unsurprisingly.
I don't think he's hiding anything in there, and if he is, I don't want to know about it.
There could be a gun in the reservoir. Or was that a different Sierra game? Okay, well I guess that is all we need to do here. Nothing incriminating, unfortunately. You can go out by the door in any of the rooms. I suppose you could have turned that lock so you could go back in through the door. But I don't need to. Let's check Madeline's room. I'm sure Gabriel will be very interested in that.
Do you think she'd notice if I snuck in there?
We've been through this. Yes, she would.
Maybe if Madeline were in the bed.
You are hopeless, aren't you, Gabriel? Let's just search it.
I knew she was packing, but this is ridiculous.
Why would the tour guide have a gun?
Either France is a lot more dangerous than I thought, or Madeline is over-equipped. It was under the bed. Guess she doesn't trust the maid.
I think Roxanne would freak out if she found a gun in a guest room. Well, I guess it would be in a good place to find prints. There we go.
There's something on the barrel.
Then we use the tape and
Got it.
collect it.
It was under the bed. Guess she doesn't trust the maid.
I think we'd better put that back.
Oh, it's one of those clever all-in-one units. I think they built those in the 70s.
This hotel's interior is anything but not modern. Looks like a map in that device we saw her use last time.
It's a map. The one I saw her using yesterday.
A map of the area could be useful.
I bet you Gracie would love to have a copy of this. I'll have to bring it back, though.
Let's see.
I'm not sure what that is exactly, but I think it has something to do with tracking your position. It reminds me of a tracker, but I don't think that's what it is.
If I were to hazard a guess, I would say it is a GPS receiver or something similar.
I'm not even sure what it does. Besides, she'd notice it was missing.
Apparently she didn't take her cell phone on her tour.
A cell phone? Guess Madeline knew this place had limited in-room technology. I think she'd notice if it were missing. I could call 1-900-BIG French men and run up her tab, but that would be juvenile, not to mention oxymoronic.
And as if that has ever stopped you before. Okay, so we got ourselves a map.
Rennes-le-Château and its surroundings, compliments of Madeline. I'll need to put this back before the tour group returns.
That would be the prudent thing to do.
Nice tasting clothes.
Even though she does not appear to have very many. Nothing we can do with that, though. There's more paintings in this room.
That's all I need to think about while I'm in here. A nude redhead.
Okay.
That artist needs glasses. Hotel stationery. Everyone's got it.
Nothing else on the desk.
Nice chair.
I guess so.
Mont Saint-Michel. Gracie told me Wagner died there.
Wrong game, Gabriel.
Sure is, green. A garden path. Charming. Put a motor on that boat and that would look like fun.
Okay. No guesses as to where this is.
I know. It's a city. Still makes me thirsty.
It's not a city, it's a region. Okay. Anything out on the balcony? We couldn't look at it while we were here before. Like I said, you could get here over the roof. No point in doing that this way, though. But using the door gives you more points. Other than that, nothing to do on the balcony. Let's check her bathroom.
Madeline, wet. Oh, yep, I can imagine it.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
I like this job.
Really? Smell?
Look, I've only got so much time in here, if you know what I mean.
I think I do, and I wish I didn't. Wait, how did you even get it up there like that? Does that work? I'm no expert, but...
I think the girl's got potential.
Sure.
2 could fit in there. Well, it'd be tight, but I think I could handle it.
Sure.
I think it's called gilding the lily.
Too much information.
I look great without it, thanks. Baby, you can't beat a girl who brushes her teeth.
That would be most of them, I hope.
Get a grip. She washes her hair, too. That's a plus.
You don't have very high criteria, do you?
Madeline, wet. It's a shame to think that even beautiful women have to, well, you know.
I wouldn't think that Gabriel would be so prudish about that.
No thanks, but it does give the phrase, whither thou goest, I will go, a whole new meaning. I won't be in here that long.
More masturbation jokes. Classy. Or maybe they aren't, and I just have a dirty mind. Okay. I think that's about it for this room. Okay, Lady Howard and Estelle. I'm quite sure Gabriel will not be quite as thrilled about going into this room.
Yep, they traded a room with 2 beds for a room with 1. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
And they did actually describe their original room as having a problem, so I think they were referring to that. Like Gabriel says, not that there's anything wrong with that. Although I shudder to imagine Lady Howard in any kind of sexual circumstance, regardless of the gender of the partner.
So much for the birds of a feather theory.
Okay, I guess it's because it's 3 different kind of birds. It's only a painting, not real life. Search the bed.
Boy, talk about paranoid. What, do they think someone's going to break in here?
Perish the thought.
It's a file about the Rennes-le-Château mystery. They hid it under the bed. Yeah, Grace will kill me if I don't copy these. I'll have to put them back, though, or Lady Howard will scream bloody hell. Women.
She pretty much does that anyway. Okay, what is this anyway?
I found this parchment hidden in Lady Howard's bed. Talk about dedication to a case.
It looks like, I guess, Latin or Greek. It's kind of hard to tell, and it does appear to be missing spacing, so I'm not even going to attempt to read that. Yeah, more gibberish.
I'll need to put this back before the tour group returns.
Same as with the map?
I'm thinking that old bag belongs to Estelle, not unlike Lady Howard herself.
Very funny.
They've already unpacked.
Okay, nothing in there then. How about prints?
No prints.
Folder is not a really good candidate.
I don't see anything.
Check if there's anything in the dresser. Oh, that's a helpful camera angle. But it's empty.
Those look like Lady Howard's clothes. She's got kind of a fruit salad in a blender thing going, doesn't she?
Pretty much.
Those must be Estelle's. They're way too small for the towering inferno.
Nothing else in there, though.
Lily pads are a really bad case of eczema. How pointlessly expensive. Those must be Lady Howard's bags.
It's a trunk, but not like the one we saw on the train. And it's locked.
It's locked. I don't see anything.
No prints
I
on
don't
the
see
lock
any
or anything?
prints.
Nope. Nothing on the table except more stationery.
Sure is, green. Oh, baby, dig those hats.
Kind of 20s style, isn't it?
Prom night. She's shaped a little like Lady Howard, though the phrase a little is rather out of context here.
Let's check the balcony just in case. But, as with Madeline's room, there's nothing here. That leaves the bathroom, which we'll have to check in the next video.